Hi everyone, and all you wonderful people out there. Today I'm going to be talking about the shared ripoff with Athena and Valkyrie stuff. I have been talking to a lot of people actually, well more of occasionally than anything, that actually love my channel or talk about how they love my channel and how it helps them. And I am very glad for all you people who've actually told me that. I'm glad this helps. Every little person who tells me this helps makes me think, wow. It motivates me, my bad. It motivates me, and I am happy to help because that's actually the purpose of this freaking channel. So let's get into it. Thank you for all the support though, and I'm glad you watch. And it's crazy how I'm actually meeting people here and there when I only have 72 subscribers. Okay, now going on with it. In this spawn, you're gonna want to go for the medals. If you're endgame, I wouldn't really worry about this. The max you can get from the spawn is 30 cost. If that doesn't interest you, then I would click out. But you do have 5 stuff that recovers cost in here too, so keep that in mind. The medals are the main things you want to go for. This stuff won't be available through the regular shared bonus itself. You can get it in the gear spawn. It has rates up. I think the rates will be around 0.008 to 0.5% chance of actually happening, but you do have slightly lower SSR rates. The rates are down on the SSR, slightly lower, so that is something to keep in mind if you're doing this. Though it's a 30 spawn, you might get one. You're very likely to get one. So where was I going with this? They do have a lot of medals. You have a lot of options between medals. Alrighty, so going through on with this. If you're going for any monster, don't worry about the Valkyrie. If you're going for any of the gear, don't worry about all the Valkyrie gear, unless you don't mind getting 27 cost for Reflection. Reflection's a very good skill. Chance to reduce physical and magical damage taken, and reduce the damage back to your attacker. Now, there are up-to-date versions. There's the Zodiac, 11 Zodiac stuff, right here, as you can see. And then they have the Azure stuff. The Azure stuff is really hard to get, so I wouldn't really worry about it in the first place. Alrighty, so going from there, if you're going for monsters, go for a Oceanus Athena if you want something takey. All the Athenas have reduced ability cooldown times, so I'm going to skip that part. This one is special ability is recovers 15 cost and reduces damage taken for all allies, both of them by all allies, but reduces damage taken by 20% for 30 seconds. Cooldown time boosted for each increase in skill level, so that's really good. This one increases critical rate and critical damage. This one increases stats, alignment resistance. This one does damage. And then this one right here, I recommend for the DPS people if you need some other type of monster. This one's special ability is reduce the stats of all targets and increase the stats of all allies by 15% per 80 seconds. And this, both the cooldown time and this get an increase. The stat one gets an increase by 5% per each skill level, and the cooldown time gets a 2% increase for each skill level. And then Karatas Athena heals if you need a healing monster instead of a tanky one. I'd go for a Oceanus Athena if you want some tanky one, and Skullus Athena if you want DPS one though. DPS being damage per second. You're doing more damage with those. And the thing I recommend, if you don't want the monsters, this is the only thing I pretty much recommend unless you somehow want the divinity stuff. This is not bad either. It goes up to 30 cost, and it's not a bad opening skill. Magic and physical damage cut. This is for player versus player though, not player versus enemy, so don't use it in player versus enemy unless you want to really get wrecked. Unless you're dealing with the really hard boss at the very beginning itself. The divinity weapons increase physical and magical damage and have a chance to actually heal more HP. Yes, I'm scoping this out because it's at 304. And they recover 5 costs. This is the essential part of these weapons right here. There's only, I think, 3 weapons that actually have cost recovery. These are the second strongest. The highest are Esmeralda / Emerald stuff. It goes to 32 cost as an ultra rare. This goes up to 30 cost as an ultra rare. Have a chance to recover 5 costs. Now, I have this lance myself, so I can tell you out of personal experience, I only have one, and it's not even in the main slot. The main slot increases the proc rates of most of everything by 10% more. This actually has noticeable proc rate. I actually sometimes notice it in the whatever I'm doing, guild battles or actually player versus enemy, doing missions and stuff. so it's really noticeable. I plan on getting the 4 and switching out with these 3 right here, the 2 swords and this lance. As you can see, what I've been doing with the Athena lance, I got it to 3 infusions, and I got its plus stats for its attack max, and it gives more gear score than the weapons themselves. And I would gladly, for 5 cost, even if it gives more gear score too, because I'm not going to have 33 weapons because I'm not pay to win. This is also an easy way to actually get gear score for all you free-to-play players out there. I recommend going for the Divinity stuff, or not free-to-play, limited whales. You don't have a lot of money to spend, but you can still spend some here and there. I'd go for the Divinity. It's easy to infuse. All you need is 30 cost weapons, and 30 cost weapons you can pretty much get in any spot. So this is why I highly recommend it as well. Really easy stuff to obtain. Going on from that though, that's pretty much covering this whole spawn. Actually. So I will see you in the next video. Hopefully this helped, and this is the AzureWrath, and I'm out. Peace.